This is the Bob and Tom Show.
The survey results are interesting, but I think if you went to other fields and found out, for example, Michael, you're a professional comedian.
Yes.
I would imagine that the
Never. No.
I would imagine that the number of sexual encounters at comedy clubs
Pretty small, I'm
very
guessing.
low. Yeah, nobody
Pretty
ever
low.
talks to us or anything.
No?
Yeah.
No, it's the so-called comedy condo. It's off the chart. I'm not actually at the club.
Never seen a comedy condo.
Well, I'm just
very
saying.
luxurious. Very.
but that would be the solo encounter.
Probably. Still an encounter, and don't discount it.
Okay,
So
I'm
not
sorry.
that bad.
Okay,
It's never a good idea to be with a coworker. I don't think. I think that's all. Especially if you're the boss or something like that. It's always an awkward. I hooked up with. I was a manager of a thrift store when I was young. I don't want to brag, but that was what I did.
How about that?
And we hired some hottie, and we ended up, doing
In the store?
Yeah, after hours. Yeah, and that's weird. And so
On the vintage clothing, right?
Yeah,
Vintage clothing.
Wow.
Yeah,
a certain smell.
Yeah, it's
it wasn't
think
the
they
most
laundered
romantic
No,
place.
Is that
there's
what
still a smell in thrift
there's
stores.
certain
I don't care.
Yeah,
Disinfectant.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Something.
So,
Sure.
I have a real problem with thrift stores because I just walk in and I just.
A dead person wore
Yes,
this.
see, that's
it's the
the
first
thing.
thing you think.
you know what? All the
creeped
clothing,
out.
and most of the clothing,
Clothing
I
doesn't
should
come
say,
from
does
dead
not come
people.
from dead people.
I know, but I can't. I have to know that for a fact. I'm
I
sorry.
can't wear anyone else's clothing.
It just creeps me out.
That's
Yeah,
so weird.
really?
What about underwear? That's okay. Right?
Oh my God! Are you kidding? Never.
Would you date somebody that one of your friends have dated? Would you be weird about that?
Oh, that's a
Probably.
good question. Yeah.
That's a very good question. That's a whole different show. But I think if you want to get back to doing it at work,
Is it the guy code is you ask the guy?
You have to ask them.
You have to.
Yeah, you have to ask.
yeah, that's a
Gotta get
different
permission.
topic. But let's get back to you.
You should also wait until they're broken up.
Yeah.
That's
very important.
Again, another topic.
Can we not change the subject?
Why not just throw gasoline on the fire? So I'm sorry, we had Michael Malone, who is a comedian in his previous incarnation as a thrift store manager, not to brag, but
yeah.
so you're in the thrift store. Did you throw some of the clothes on the floor?
No,
Or
it was nothing like that.
did you sell used mattresses there? See, that's something I could never deal with, a used
no.
mattress.
No, oh no.
It looks like this one represents the
That's it.
country of Japan.
There it is.
Somebody beat us to it.
Yeah.
No, there's nothing. I just think it's always awkward when you're fighting with somebody that you're employing at the same time. You know what I mean? Like you get in a fight like the night before you gotta go to work. You're like, I never want to see you again. Till tomorrow morning. Don't be late. All right, move on. I'm serious. That's always awkward.
Now, in the sphere that you work in, the comedy club circuit,
Yes.
if you will.
Yeah.
No one talks
Mysterious
like
word.
I was informed by a friend of mine who owns a comedy club. I better rephrase. Owned a comedy club. We'll pretend he doesn't anymore. That he always liked it when the comedians slept with the waitresses because he knew that he'd be able to get them back for the same money,
If not a reduced rate.
if not a reduced rate.
The first rule is you don't sleep with the wait staff. That's
Yeah,
the-
but I've been around the block, and apparently no one.
Yeah,
No one really
follows that
follows the
rule.
rule.
And in some cases with the waiters, but that's
yeah,
that's their business.
Yeah.
that's
So
not a rule. Though.
I'm sorry. So you've never had a waitress encounter?
No, I've tried to avoid just outright drama like that. I'm not a good fighter at all, so I'm always afraid there's going to be a boyfriend around the corner or something, or the club owner's never going to have me back again or something. Like that. I'm already a bad tipper. I don't want to throw on that on the flyer. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't tip me, and he hasn't called.
I'm like a guy that's self-aware. You're very self-aware. You know your limitations.
At some points, yeah.
It's rare in a comedian.
Yeah, it is.
It's a rare quality. Know thyself. So few do.
Whoa! Where'd you get those, Kurt Rambis? What kind of glasses are those?
What, you got
Slip
some-
those on again for the rest of the room.
You got some new peepers there, do you?
What the hell? Oh!
God.
Those are
Sorry.
They're something.
you welding, lady?
Those are-
He's welding. And,
Two can play at this game. Two can play at this game, Malone. Are you showering later? Okay.
Dean, can you come in and take a picture of Tom? And you look like a bald Dame Edna.
They're a little goggly.
These are my workout glasses. I happen to
You
bring
work
them.
out in those?
You work out in those?
This way,
You go out in public?
this prevents errant things from flying in my eye.
I wish you'd do a.
What are you doing while you're working out?
Do we have a ukulele?
Yeah.
Michael Malone.